Hey everyone, good morning. This is Dennis Kaye here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hope you all are doing well today. Hey, listen, I realize that many of you have maybe been looking at Belize for a few years now, maybe watching my videos, and you're interested in Belize, but you haven't yet made the trip down to see if Ambergris Caye is the right fit for you and if it's a place where you want to live, buy, invest, maybe even possibly retire. And so, because you haven't made that trip yet, many of you may be asking, well, what is the easiest way for me to get to Belize and then on to Ambergris Caye so I can check out some of these deals? Well, in this short video, I'm going to give you the basics of, first of all, how to get to the country of Belize, and then the easiest and best ways to make it out from the mainland to San Pedro. All right, so here we go. So first of all, many of you will probably most likely be flying in to Belize from United States or Canada. So for example, if you are, then check out this slide. This slide was just produced by Tropic Air, and it shows some of the main hubs in Canada and the US that fly directly to the main international airport in Belize. Now, there is only one at this time. So when you're Googling or typing in the search engines how to get from your hometown or your major airport to Belize, the airport code is BZE. That's BZE. So all flights coming into the country will first land at the international airport just outside of Belize City in a little city called Ladyville. All right, so Ladyville, Belize, but again, BZE is the airport code. You can also fly into Belize City from Panama, Guatemala City, and Tropic Air even flies in from places like Roatan and Cancun. All right, so once you land on the mainland in Belize City, then you need to go from the mainland out to Ambergris Caye. So what is the best way to do that? Well, I find that using Tropic Air is probably one of the easiest ways to do that. So Tropic Air flies several times between the international airport on the mainland to San Pedro. It flies all over the country. So for example, if you go to tropicair.com, go to the search engine here, you're leaving from BZE, go to San Pedro, but you can also go to Caye Caulker, Corozal, Antigua, Placencia, Punta Gorda, San Ignacio. It gives all the different options here. Another good option would be Maya Island Air. All right, so this also has flights that goes back and forth, and we have a lot of people here in the lobby. Sorry if it gets this a little noisy. I'm in a hotel lobby right now. Steph and I are in Italy for 3 weeks traveling, seeing sites. You can also use Maya Island Air. Maya Island Air does the same thing as Tropic. I just like Tropic a little bit better because they seem to have more flights and a little bit larger schedule as far as how many times a day they do fly these different destinations. Another option would be to take the water taxi. So the San Pedro, the Belize Express offers water taxi service between Belize City and San Pedro. The only thing with this is it can be a long ride, an hour and a half. So for example, if you go from Belize City over to San Pedro, let's just pick a departing date of, let's say, next Wednesday, do a search. You're going to see here, it's an hour and a half. All right. And if your flight gets in later, then remember, you have to go from the international airport into Belize City to the water taxi terminal in time to board and then take the hour and a half, ride to San Pedro. And it can be a little bit bumpy. So I don't recommend this process. Of course, it's a little bit cheaper, but the time you add your time, the taxi ride from the international airport to Belize City, make it out to the island, it's I've never found it to be worth the savings, a small amount of savings. Now, another option you have is to cross the Mexico-Belize land border up in Corozal. So, for example, if you flew into Cancun and you stayed in Cancun for a few days just on holiday or Playa del Carmen, you can take the ADO bus from Cancun or Playa all the way down to the border between Belize and Mexico. There's a town there called Chetumal. You can cross the border. And then from Chetumal, from Corozal, you can fly direct to San Pedro as well. So again, if you go to Tropic Air, you type in the flight going from Corozal to San Pedro. They have a direct flight. I think it takes about 20 minutes. So those are the basic ways to get to San Pedro. Once you land in San Pedro, you're right downtown, either by water taxi or by flight. You're right in the middle of town. and then you can rent a golf cart, go north, south, east, west, wherever you want to go. So I hope this is helpful today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about getting to Belize, getting to the islands, back home safely, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And hopefully we're going to see you real soon, guys, because Steph and I are coming for July 30th to August 22nd. So come down and have some fun with us. Talk to you soon.